Good afternoon. It's Connecting Communities with Brian and Ryan. I'm Brian.
And I am Ryan.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I am doing well. So look, lots of great things to talk about. First and foremost, I want to make sure that we say hello to Justin. Justin, hello.
Hello, guys.
Welcome to Connecting Communities. That's a very hard thing to say, considering everything we have with the C2.
The C's, yeah.
Yeah. So, top we need to talk about. You guys ready for this? Katy Perry's pregnant, right? Justin, you're going to be talking about do-it-yourself projects.
Yep.
And now we also have Amazon, Rossford, 6 months to completion. Now, don't forget, coronavirus takes over. It's making it bigger crisis than that of the Super Tuesday. Crazy, right?
It's wild.
What is Super Tuesday?
Super Tuesday with the voting that just happened Tuesday.
Oh. Yeah, see? Told you.
Right. We were just talking about how none of us want to talk about politics.
I think that was in the last podcast we had talked about voting, and I was like, I don't even know when voting is.
Yeah.
But I do now.
Good for you.
Yes.
Good for you. Got to vote. I do want to talk about a couple of our sponsors of our Connecting Communities. So we have Best Business Bets by Elite Bookkeeping Plus. We have Craft Corner by Allstate. We have Healthy Habits by Remax with Justin, who's with us today. Now we also have Money Management with Apollo Mobile App Solutions. Parents Place is taken over by Otterson Constructing. And then we have Pet Peeves by Miss Abby's Pet Treats. Last but not least, we have Talent in Toledo with Skyrocket Marketing. So that's all our sponsors, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Did I miss anybody?
So. You did not.
Okay.
No.
Woo!
Hopefully
that was a
list
mouthful.
grows, though.
We're trying. We're trying. That was a mouthful. So let's talk about some hot topics. Let's start it off. Katy Perry. She's pregnant.
Now, my first question is she still with Orlando Bloom?
She is.
Okay.
Yes, they're still together. She so I had to go back and start looking at her outfits over the last 2-3 weeks.
To see if you can see the bump?
Yeah, but
Okay.
she specifically wore dresses to hide the bump.
Yeah.
She carried purses with her. One of her sayings today was that she was excited that she didn't have to carry purses anymore. Do you guys know how she told America or told us how she was pregnant?
I briefly saw something on
In
social
a
media.
music video. She debuted her music video today, and bam!
That's right.
It was bigger than Beyonce. Do you remember Beyonce when she did the whole flowers and
Yes.
that
Oh,
was
that was pretty
absolutely
huge, too.
nuts.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, a lot. It seems like a lot of celebrities try and, obviously because of the paparazzi and tabloids and everything, they try and hide their pregnancy announcements. But I almost think that's just as obvious as if they were to just come out and say it sometimes. Like a lot of celebrities will wear oversized clothes. A good example, Khloe Kardashian. When she first got pregnant, people that were, so many people.
Her and Beyonce, they never got pregnant. They had surrogates. Okay, there's no doubt. No, I don't know.
They look great afterwards.
Right?
No kidding.
All kidding aside, though, that was a conspiracy that Beyonce never had IV Blue, and they ended up renting out the entire top 2 floors of a hospital, and it was all intense. And people still say that, there was a surrogate somewhere. I'm not saying, but maybe me. No, I guess I wouldn't be a surrogate, would I?
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of impossible.
Yeah, no.
You know how much money we could make, however, if that was a feasible aspect?
The lady who did Kim's.
That's true.
Kim's,
or
yeah.
Blanket, Michael Jackson. Speaking of Michael Jackson's son's like 18 now. That's crazy.
Dang.
I can't fathom that.
Time flies.
I know where I was when I found out he died. I know where I was when I
Same,
found
actually.
Princess Di when she died.
I think I don't even know if I was born. No, I was born.
There's that age gap again. I don't even think I was born. Well, speaking of not being born, or maybe possibly even bigger issues, is Ryan, this coronavirus is still
Scary stuff.
happening. So I just got done seeing recently that it looks like a ship.
It was a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen that.
That is crazy. Look, we just say ship and we're like, oh yeah, crazy. Right, right. Tell me about the ship.
Wasn't it docked in like Japan or something like that? It was. I want to say it was somewhere over there. Do we not know that
I don't
information?
know.
I think it was like docked, and then people went off site to North Korea or some type of Korea, and they ended up attracting the virus and then jumped back on the ship, and next thing you know, all kinds of people started getting sick.
I know they were held in their rooms and on the ship for a very extensive amount of time. There was some passengers were doing videos, kind of just detailing their experiences on the ship.
It's all nuts. It's the Grand Princess is where I just found
Where
out.
is it?
Alpha, California. So, but listen, all kidding aside, I told Susan yesterday because I was like, look, if you order anything from Wish, don't bring it here. Because listen, you know those things that you pack the stuff with?
Yeah.
That's China Air. Okay, that's China Air. I don't want China Air in my house. So if anything is coming from China, I don't want their
it's
boxes.
crazy. My dad just went on a business trip, and I was talking to him about it. I was like, "Be sure you do like X, Y, and Z." Like, I was initially shocked that his company still sent him over, because obviously all these travel bans are popping up, just trying to protect citizens. But I was going through. I'm like, "Do you have hand sanitizer? Do you have wipes? Do you have this, that?" And he was saying the plane was empty, like empty. And
I believe it.
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go over.
You know what
Sidebar,
concerns
this
me?
coffee is amazing. So I just got to cut off. For folks that don't know, Ryan owns and operates Big B Coffee and Mommy Dussel, right? Oh my God. So I'm so excited, first off, that it's Thursday because I get to drink my Michigan cherry coffee. But he was very kind today and asked me if I wanted one because we moved locations. So I literally just took the lid off of my coffee so I could like just chug it down.
And let the aroma just fill
it
the
does.
room. Yep.
It does. And speaking of which, I had a whole conversation yesterday. I was out in Findlay over there with We Serve Coffee. If you haven't visited that place, go out there and see Joe. Tell him I said hi. Tell him to give you a free cup of coffee. Just don't tell him that I told you that.
No, Brian, remember
But
we
listen,
pay for everything.
I didn't say that I was going to pay for it. We were speaking specifically on how, Ryan, you were talking about last week, the trend with it being cold, people are getting frozen coffees.
Yeah, and then now the weather's somewhat nice. I wouldn't say it's super, super warm, obviously, yet, but the sun is shining. It's in the 40-ish, maybe close to 50s. But yeah, a lot of people still, the trend is iced coffee and frozen coffee. I actually today am enjoying one of our new mocktails. We just got a mocktail menu. And mocktails, for those that don't know, it's Red Bull with some sort of liquid base. So I have a mocktail of Red Bull, lemonade, mint, blueberries, and blackberry.
I would be okay except with the mint. I
Surprising,
like mint by itself. Like, I'm
Yeah.
cool with mint. I just don't know if I want to combine that with lemonade and like mixed berry mint.
Yeah.
So that's like a mint. Oh, I can't even
I was
go.
skeptical about it at first, but guess what it tastes like? A mojito, minus the alcohol.
Nice. Just are you a frozen or hot?
Really depends. Like, during winter, while it's colder, obviously hot. And then, like, summertime, frozen all day. Like, this Sunday, probably get frozen
Yes,
coffee.
it's supposed to be like 60, I
It's
think.
going to be beautiful out.
I want to go kayaking. So that's what I'm doing. Look, we're all on a tangent on this, right?
We're just too excited for
We
the
are. I am going camping this summer. That's gonna be our thing. We're gonna go find campsites because you can camp cheap, right? And bring our little water. I bought these. They're not boats by no means. Water rafting tubes.
That you like blow up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're 2-seaters. Jackson and I were in them last year. And I got 2 of them because they were discounted out.
Or you flipped the kayak?
I flipped the kayaks, and then almost went down. Oh, it was ridiculous, but I had such a blast doing that. So that is where I'm going to be spending my time, is anywhere I can find the river and some water this summer. Jackson and I are going to take little day trips, 1 or 2 nights, sleep over, and hang out.
There is a campground on the Maumee River. If you didn't
I investigated
yeah.
it. $15 and you can camp there.
So there you go. That
Yeah.
could be a good tester to get your camping kit ready.
Right. We did. Well, usually Father's Day, Jackson, Robert, and I go to KOA.
Oh yeah.
We spend the weekend there. They have cool, fun things and rides, and it's just a good time. It's a
They
good
have
time.
a river there too, don't they?
They have a pond.
Okay.
There's a pond there that you can fish in. There's a separate pond that you can swim in.
Yeah.
They have a very cool slide. They have the bikes. It's a cool. We enjoy ourselves every time we go there. And then my best friends do a family reunion there as well.
KOA is awesome. You go to the one in Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one we go to.
Monroe,
too.
I think it's Monroe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
it's fun.
really nice one. So the first couple years we tinted it, and then the last time Jackson goes, Dad, I'm not thinking I want to tint it anymore.
So what do you guys?
We can't. We do a camper, a cabin.
Okay.
That's what we did last
Yeah,
time,
it
too.
wasn't that much. I think I spent maybe $150 for 2 nights.
Do you think if he ever enjoys it enough, or obviously he seems like he already enjoys it enough, do you think he'd ever invest in a camper?
I would love to have an RV. So funny thing is when Jackson Robert was little, one of the houses that we lived in before we lived in now was a mobile home. Actually, I was a park manager there, and he will now say, "Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait to go live in that camper." He thinks we lived in a camper. I'm like, it was not a camper. You know what I mean? It was bigger than our house now, but it's so funny. He thinks that's a camper. But I would love to RV it. I just don't have RV money.
I hear you.
The RV show at Fallen Timbers. Go check it out when they have them.
I can't afford it. Why do I want to see something that I can't afford?
There's nice campers, or that you might.
I can't
You
afford
want one
it.
that you can drive?
I'd have to.
Okay.
Well, no, I could pack it and do it on my car.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm down with either of those, but I can't afford that. I mean, I'm lucky I can afford my car payment, which is actually coming up Friday. Banks, if you hear it, today is, what's today?
Today's Thursday.
Take it out now. It might not be there tomorrow.
Today is Thursday. It's crazy. It's almost the end of the week. I feel like this week just started.
We're almost in the middle of the month.
Yeah.
We're almost there. We're almost
Oh my
there.
gosh, you're not wrong. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was flying by.
February. I didn't get it.
Blinked and
Yeah.
it's
So
March.
this is kind of like off topic again, but something with like it being the first week of March. So I always do a Facebook Live video for the business at the beginning of the month. I went to do it this morning. First try, get a phone call that interrupted. Had to delete the video, start over. Second time, got a phone call that interrupted. Had to delete the video and start over. I ended up just giving up on it. So no Facebook Live video today, but hopefully there's going to be one soon.
I love that Susan and I were sitting at watching TV the other day, and Susan goes, "Honey, can you do the cover photo for Ryan?" I said, "Ryan who?" Like, I didn't even register. And she goes, "Bigby." I said, "Yeah, what's the matter?" She goes, "He just texted me and wanted me to see if I could do it real quick." I'm like, "What?"
Susan, I'm gonna have to have a word with you, Susan. No, she knows my my app won't let me. It won't let me change it. I'll go to change it and it says error all the time. And so I'll text her. I'll be like,
How do you
Susan,
do
you know
you
why
do
it's
it in
doing
Page
this?
Manager?
Yeah, and I'll be like, Susan, why is it doing this? And she'll be like, I don't know. Let me try on my end. Works for her. So I'm
Works
like,
for
I'm
us.
just gonna text you every time.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, Susan doesn't do his social media anymore.
That's funny.
She's like a second mom. when it
Wow,
comes
she
to
just
marketing.
aged my wife. That's awesome. That's awesome. Speaking of aging, by the time this goes out to be live, it will have passed. But next week, Susan and I will have been together 24 years.
Oh, nice.
March 9th,
You guys have been together longer than I've been alive.
right?
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
What year were you
23.
born?
Oh, 1996?
96?
96.
Wow. No, what school did you go to, Ryan?
Anthony Wayne.
Springfield.
There you go.
Okay. So did you guys know each other?
No,
No.
but we probably know a lot
A
of
lot
the
of
same
people.
Yeah.
Who do you guys know? Let's read. Do you guys know Benny?
Who?
Benny?
Benny.
Yeah.
Nope.
No? Me either. I didn't know. Maybe if you guys do. Do you guys know Steve?
No.
No. Who do you know?
I know a Dylan.
Do you know a Dylan?
I know a lot of people. We probably know the same
Dylan
people.
Good.
Yep, Dylan Good played basketball. Tevin Stewart,
Yep.
Rob Pryor,
Oh yeah.
Josh Sears.
Uh-huh.
We probably know like all the same people.
Yeah.
But
Shout
never
out to them,
know-
by the way. I hope they're listening.
Yeah.
So you guys
okay.
graduated together?
Not
Or same
well,
year?
different school, but
same year, yeah. Oh, you guys probably ran into one another at some point.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Yeah.
competing schools?
Not really. Perrysburg was always our, I guess you would say, rival school, if that's how you want to look at it. It kind of depended on the sport. So I played soccer. St. John's was always our big competitor
Okay.
because we usually were one of the better teams in the area. Same with like Northview and stuff like that. But I think it just varied. Like
I know like
football, I think was big.
football
Yeah.
and like basketball. We kind of looked at like Anthony Wayne. Like
Yep.
yeah, those are our rivals right there. It's like we gotta win this game.
Wasn't there like a blue? I don't know. There was some like blue and white.
Yeah.
Or wait, Springfield's not really blue and white. But there's a trophy I feel like that when one of them won,
Mhm.
they got. But I don't know. I could be making that up.
Yeah. I forget
Okay.
it.
That was years ago. I'm old.
I know. Right?
Well, I think it's awesome. We have folks that are literally 23 years old, both in charge of your careers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Ryan, you've been an entrepreneur since what, age 14? Right? Or at least a mind frame of an
I
entrepreneur.
would say mindset. Yeah, I used to work at the Subway across from Anthony Wayne. I was there for like 4 years. And I always tell people that I wasn't scared to ask questions. I'd always ask questions. Like I wanted to know everything from top to bottom. I wanted to know how much was payroll, how much was rent, how much is your truck, how do you do this, how do you forecast for this, what do you do for marketing? I want to know everything.
Yeah.
And so I always ask questions whether I was given the answer or not, and then from there, kind of just landed this. But
Well, in the middle was What's a Scoop.
yep.
Yeah, that was a big. I remember when you first started consuming that yourself. That was a
fun.
nice transition.
By far one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. This being the first year we're not going to have the ice cream shop, I'll definitely miss it. And I have conversations with my mom all the time. It's going to be weird this summer. It's going to feel like we have so much more free time because we won't have that, especially now. Like now is about the time that we'd be ramping up for the year. As you can see, all these ice cream shops opening back up. We open up usually the latest. A lot of the ice cream shops open up early March. We typically opened up towards the end of March, like I want to say around March 20th or something like that. But it's super weird that we're not.
I have 3 moments of our relationship that stand out for me. Do you have moments that stand out for you?
First impression, when I first met you, never will forget that. When the video,
I was calm. You should have seen it.
when the video menu boards were installed, I'll never forget that. And then I honestly have to say, when Big B came about, because we kind of after we stopped doing the video menu boards, you and I kind of like. We were always mutual Facebook friends, but we kind of just stopped talking.
We did.
So I would say that next reach out of when Big B came to fruition.
I remember that.
Yep.
I remember that.
I'll never
So
forget
mine was the billboards. The day that we brought the billboards to you and presented them to you, your eyes and your excitement. The second for me was the concert that you put on.
Yes. Yep.
And then the third for me was Big B, your first year after a remodel. That whole 2-week press release, media push, you having an interview and me standing on the other side doing things. I mean, so those are 3 important pieces that will always stand out for me.
I wish that people could see some of the behind the scenes of this stuff. It would be really, really funny. I'm just blessed to have people, I want to say like in my corner, that have just helped me and taught me so much, especially like you, for instance, like you mentioned that first interview. I always tell people I'm super, super outgoing in person. I can talk to anyone, stranger, not stranger. But you put a camera in front of my face, even like my Facebook Lives, and I freeze.
Yeah.
I freeze. You were there, like, put your arms down, put your arms down.
Yep.
It's hard. I mean, it is hard because it's just, I don't know.
So back in the day, I used to cry. So when they would put a camera on me, so I was working for this one individual, and I was this like PR guy. So I was always in front of the camera dealing with media stuff. And sadly, I was always overworked, right? So I was always tired. And when I get tired, I get even more emotional. And when I get more emotional, the tears come. So every time the camera would be on me, 24/11, I start crying and then telling them how wonderful people that I have to support. I love them. They're so great. And it was horrible, to the point that they'd make fun of me. And they knew not to have them have conversation with me because I just cry. Just cry.
See, I always ask the staff too. I'm like, do you guys like? I don't want it always to be on me. I obviously, like the grand reopening, and I get that. But I always ask the staff. I'm like, go out there. You talk to them, and they don't want to, which is crazy because I feel like as a kid, I was always trying to be on camera, like
right?
Basketball games. If you went to like a pro sports game, you were trying to be on the jumbotron. And now it's like no one wants
to do it.
Yeah.
We were at the UT game. Did anyone hear UT women? They beat the #1 seed.
Did they really?
Yeah, it was oh my God, the game was absolutely amazing yesterday, last night.
I saw your Facebook post about Jackson.
Robert. Yep. Yeah. So him and his group, his posse, the UT Children's Choir, who actually goes around the city and performs, sing the national anthem, a cappella. OMG. Let me just say that first off. So as you can imagine, when you get 30, 40, 50, 60 kids, you're like, okay, can they sing? I've watched those talent shows at school, right? As we're all just shaking our head here. But they were so good. And
what age?
I didn't even cry. You know how excited I was? Because usually when Jackson does stuff, I just sit there and I bawl.
So what we've learned today is you're an emotional.
I'm an emotional guy. It's so funny that you say that. I just got done doing your presentation, and one of the things is like I'm a crier. I cry for joy. I cry for laughter. I cry because I'm mad. But normally with Jackson doing stuff, I get so overwhelmed and so proud that I'll cry. And then he'll tell me, "Are you crying, Dad?" And he'll tell me, "Suck it up, Dad." And I'm going, "I love you."
Oh my God, I love him.
Great experience, though. Great game. Yeah, I love it. So, Justin, 23.
Yeah.
You're a realtor
Yes.
with Remax. Now, let me ask you this. Why Remax?
Why Remax?
Yeah.
Originally, once I got done with all my classes, they had like a open house night. So I was able to meet all different types of brokers and stuff like that and see what they have to offer.
No, keep it in mind. Now, we in the other world don't really understand what it's like to be a realtor, right? I feel like a lot of folks there, like the photographer. I have a cell phone, so now I'm a photographer, right? So let's talk about being a realtor. So when you name these terms, broker, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like I'm going to be poor.
So,
So what, where, who,
So
when?
what Remax are you with?
Remax Preferred.
Preferred, okay.
The one off the Executive Park board.
Yep.
So broker.
Well, hold on, wait. There's other Remax?
Yes.
Yes.
So there's Remax Preferred, Remax.
Executive, and then Remax Central. And I believe those are the only ones that are local.
And you knew, Brian, I worked at Remax Preferred for 6 months.
I did. I didn't know it was Remax, but I did know that you dipped in there.
I
So you
know.
guys connected during there as well?
No,
so
but I
why
know
the
some of
three?
the-
So why the three? Why Central Exec or?
That you might have to explain. I don't know.
Yeah, so
I don't know the
Remax is a franchise. So every broker is an owner of the franchise. So that's pretty much what the term like broker is. They're pretty much like our boss, like
Okay.
people that we report to and that help us out. And
We all have
guide us.
bosses.
Exactly.
Even if you own your own business, the bank is your boss. Your customers are your boss.
Exactly. So yeah. So they decided to obviously split it up because I don't know, it could only be like one or two brokers. Like for my Remax office, we have two brokers, John and Kathy. Shout out
Go
to
John
them.
and Kathy. Woo!
Oh yeah, they're the best, and that's why I went with Remax, is because when I met them, Remax offers like a family environment. Like even though every realtor is competing against each other for business, Remax offers the office space to where everyone can get together and collaborate on different ideas and ultimately just help each other succeed in different areas. So that's the main reason why I went to Remax compared to any other company.
Now, Justin, are you
So-
part of a team or are you by
Good
yourself?
question.
I'm by myself.
By yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
When I worked there, and gosh, honestly, I forget how long ago that was, but I worked under Doug Kwiatkowski's
Oh, yeah.
umbrella
Mhm.
and them, and their team is grown way bigger than it was when I was
I was about
there.
to say they just collaborated with Jack Schroeder's
Yes,
team and stuff.
exactly.
So now it's just a big old team there.
What's the benefits of having a team versus not having a team?
There's pros and cons, and any
Yeah.
realtor will tell you that.
Mhm.
But I'll let Justin explain.
Yeah, so the pros, obviously, you guys all share leads, and let's say you're out of town or you're busy, you can have someone cover up, and you obviously, you still get paid, and it's just different people that can help you succeed and achieve, and it's like a...
Wait. Say that. What'd you just say?
Succeed and achieve.
Succeed and achieve.
Yes.
I like that.
So it could be
know,
like one of
that's
those
kinda
things
catchy.
too, where if
Hashtag that. Just write that down. Succeed and achieve. Hashtag that. It actually goes into my next piece. Sorry, Ryan, go.
Well, I was gonna say it could be, one of those instances where, say, you have a newer member to the team, and then you have a really strong performer on the team that is just their schedule's just booked. If they ever have people that approach them, they might in turn kind of hand off business or pass down business to then help that newer agent kind of get off the ground, start building
Right.
clientele and so
And
forth.
mentor them, just
Yeah.
making sure that they get the right practices and are able to let their business just flourish,
So, not that this is you, because obviously you are full train
I think it's awesome
ahead.
you're by yourself, by the way. Props to you, because I
Right,
wasn't.
that's
So I think
confidence
great. Oh,
every
yeah.
way.
It's
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
Why do most folks, and maybe I'm not correct in stating this fact, but from what I remember or hear or read, I can't remember what avenue it came from, the percentage rate of stopping is usually, they said, within your first 6 to 9 months. Is that true? Is that...
Yeah, it's usually within either first year or first couple years. I mean, a lot of people, they can't keep up with it, or they're not doing the best practices for them to keep their business alive and going. Because ultimately, you're running your own business, so you gotta be worried about marketing, worried about clientele, sales, building relationships, which I think is key, because if you don't build relationships with clients and you just look at them as clients, then what's the point? They're not going to refer you to anyone else. They're not going to tell their brother Jim, hey, Justin's a rock star, you should use him. they're just going to look for a different agent, and then you lose business, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people fall out, because they can't stay consistent with
And it's
it.
a lot different than, the coffee shop business too, because people can drink coffee every single day, 1 or 2 cups.
Right.
People are only buying house. I mean, there's obviously a bunch of people looking for houses, but they buy a house. It's not like they're buying a house tomorrow and then the next day and then the next day.
Yeah,
It's like you make that
exactly.
you have that deal and then
Typically, what is that? You buy 2 houses a lifetime.
Yeah, typically.
Yeah,
Usually
1.64.
Yeah, 'cause you
So it's like
have
a house in a shed.
It's like mortgages, it's like either
was
15
a
or
laugh.
30 years. So, so it's either 15 or 30 years. I mean, and sometimes, people get new jobs where they have to move, and it ends up being like 3 years or 5 years or something along those lines. Or they go through like a holiday like Christmas, and they're like, man, I just don't have enough room to keep hosting Christmas and having all this family over.
Oh, I never thought. Is that like the time that people start, like death, right? Death,
Yes.
weddings, and holidays?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Because like those events and stuff, they make people realize like what they need and don't need in a house. So like if you have like an amazing bathroom, but your dining living area is like super small, and holidays come around and you have like all your family coming over and everyone's like shoulder to shoulder for the most part, you're obviously going to be thinking about upsizing.
Something different.
or I would say I feel like families that downsize, kids moving away to college or
Exactly.
moving out into apartments, or even upsizing, people having kids on the way.
No, I
They're
think
like, oh, I need more than 1 bedroom, or
I think these are all
Definitely.
amazing points. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up and hit up to our next segment, which will actually fall right into this piece. So stay tuned. And we are back. So as you may or may not know, we're talking to Justin over here with Remax Preferred. So we're going to kind of talk about some of the things that you've been seeing with do-it-yourself projects. In our last conversation, we talked about downsizing, right? I've been watching Tiny Living. Right, so I've been watching Tiny Homes, and then I've been watching Tiny Living, where it's actually, I'm blown away that people are paying $960,000 for a 450 square foot place in Manhattan.
oh, big city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just buy that little house at Walmart for $967. They do have a place in Walmart for $967. You can buy this house. It's like 450 square feet. I'm all about it. I'm all about the Murphy bed. I'm all about going to the bathroom and showering and reading the newspaper all at the same time. I don't know if I could do it with Jackson Robert. What are you guys' thoughts about going tiny? First off, could you do it? Ryan, could you live in your bedroom?
Well, so I know we brought this up last podcast, and I was telling you that I was actually looking into tiny homes. Believe it or not only was I looking into tiny homes, I was looking into shipping container living.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
What's that?
Google it right now, Brian. You will be amazed. So I was looking into shipping container living, where they there's companies that turn shipping containers, recycled shipping containers, into houses, and they are gorgeous. You basically can make your own like compound. There was one that it was kind of in the shape of a U. Then they had a separate one detached in the back that was the gym, and they made the one side glass doors. So you lifted it up, and you had now a gym that you worked. It was like an inside-outside gym. You worked out. Coolest thing ever. The only downside is and my mom brought this point up, was resale. What are your comps? There's no comps to that. How are you going to sell it? It's basically going to be one of those things where you just kind of let it.
Right.
You either live in it forever, or you just let it just do
Rent
its
it
thing.
out even. That'd
But-
be my best bet. Rent it out for like vacationers and stuff.
Yeah, I want to live in a tiny house because I don't. When I'm at home, I'm usually in my bedroom. I need something to eat, sleep, and
Shower.
do the business in.
Did you say do the business
Meaning
in?
shower. But
Oh, I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
anything else.
but I don't want. Some people just dream of a big house, and I don't want all that responsibility to clean it, keep it clean.
Are you cool with like the Murphy bed and the loft sleeping?
No,
No,
I don't want a
okay.
Murphy bed for sure. I want a
Okay.
bed that's stationary.
Okay.
Because I feel like Murphy beds too, they break a lot.
Okay.
But tiny living, I think I could do. Now I understand your concern with a family; it could be a little challenging, especially Jackson having friends over. Where do they
Right.
go? Do they
Right.
play in the kitchen, or and then if he gets a girlfriend and or boyfriend, where do they hang out?
Right.
with
In the
friends?
loft. Like,
Yeah.
hey guys!
Exactly.
Here's the
So
pizza.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I would love it. I think like being a single male, I would love a tiny house.
Right, I'm the same way. Like I could be there by myself. Because again, I sit on the couch with my tablet or my phone. Like, this is the thing, is I'm too lazy to go get my tablet or my Chromebook. I will go off of my phone and play a game before through those. What about you? Are you a tablet or a phone?
I don't play games on
Well,
my
just
phone. Oh, I don't have a tablet, so phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about you,
Phone.
Justin?
Phone.
Yeah, I'm a phone too.
They're always with us.
They're always with us.
They're always with us. Even though tablets are portable, you often got to go find them somewhere.
Are you seeing any technology with the do-it-yourself projects, Justin, as you're going into these houses or hearing stories? Because I would imagine that someone with this is my home hunter's experience. Okay, I don't really know this by law, right? But I go in and I have a budget of 150. I get it for 125. I have 25 for remodel. I mean, are you going in and seeing where people are like, let's go lower? I'm okay with the cleanup.
Yeah, I see more people doing it, mainly millennials, because, especially with there not being like a lot of inventory right now, people look at houses that are cheaper.
What's a lot? Like, what does a lot mean?
A lot?
Yeah.
In regards to inventory, like, is
Because
there
it can
lumber?
change in a matter
Yeah.
overnight, right?
So, for instance, like right now, I think there's maybe like 2,000, maybe a little over 2,000 houses on the market.
Okay.
And that's not a lot, because you got to think, how
How many buyers?
Exactly. You have an abundance amount of buyers who are looking to buy right now too, especially with like spring and summer coming up. People that want to like move school districts or upsize.
So is it a
downsize.
seller?
It's a seller's market. I was going to
Okay.
say seller's
Yep,
market.
Yep, seller's market.
Educate me like I'm a 4-year-old, okay? Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to break this down. So
For
seller's
sure.
market meaning the buyer's going to be happy. No,
No,
the
the
seller's
seller's
going to be happy
gonna be
because they're going to be
happy.
making the money.
Yeah.
Now, does that is that more of a now we're going to start negotiating because I have 5 people bidding on this house?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, so with it being a seller's market, there's some houses that are getting like 10 offers on it, and they literally go highest and best. So even if if they're asking for like 145, for instance, the price could go up to like 155 just because the amount of offers
The amount
are on
of
the
need.
table. And then that's why a lot
So
of
if
them
you're looking
do
to sell your
highest and
house,
best.
hit up Justin.
Yeah,
Now's the time to sell.
Okay.
Especially spring. Oh yeah, it is.
Now, how do you get
popping right
paid
now.
as a realtor? Is it a commission based? Does the seller go, hey, I'm just going to pay you $5,000, take care of this for me? What does that look like, Justin?
So for me, like in general, any realtor getting paid is 100% commission based. So you don't get paid hourly or anything like that. So
There's no admin,
nope. Yeah,
like
so-
there's no admin,
Yeah,
there's no.
nothing. So like if I go out and show 10 houses, I'm not getting paid for that. I only get paid if the deal gets done and makes it to the closing table and everything's good to go.
So Remax doesn't give you like a stipend. So you're all solo. So if you
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
making money, it's because of your own fault.
Exactly.
So you gotta get out the door and you gotta knock on the doors
Yep.
and shake the hands.
Literally everything's my responsibility when it comes to getting clientele, business, and getting paid.
I noticed one of the hardest things with being a real estate agent, especially a new real estate agent, is the upfront costs.
Oh yeah.
Like getting your signage,
Mm-hmm.
all the paperwork, your license fee, your broker fee, all that stuff. It's pretty expensive to get off
it
the
is.
ground.
Yeah,
So
getting started, like in your classes as well and stuff. It adds
Hondos,
up
right?
really quick.
Good old
Hondos.
Hondos? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my
Hondos.
goodness.
Shout out
Okay.
to them.
I spent all summer taking those classes one time.
I did it in 1 month.
Did you really?
I
Oh,
did.
gosh.
The month of March last year, it was Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Just classes.
For an
and
entire
learning.
month?
Yes.
Yeah, but then you were done and over with, right?
Oh yeah.
Are you a crammer?
crammer? Yeah.
Yeah,
for
so
the
then
most
you
part,
were
yeah.
getting all that
Did
information
you
in a
pass the
short time.
test first try? No. See, I didn't either.
That test is tricky.
Yeah.
Like the state portion, I passed first try, but the national one,
Same.
like the wording in the questions, it is crazy.
Took me
It's
3
so
times.
Well, it's a
Me too.
skill. I
Every
mean, it's a
time.
skill. So, do-it-yourself projects. Are you walking in to find something already done? What does that look like?
Yeah, so do-it-yourself projects, I mean, a lot of them are like kind of simple stuff in a sense. I mean, not the average person would think it'd be simple with like redoing the flooring and obviously get like a fresh coat of paint where it's neutral colors throughout the whole house. And then the big one is the kitchen. Like you can do the backsplash and stuff by yourself and paint the cabinets. You just gotta obviously be careful and have your painter's tape ready.
Painter's tape. I'm all about the
That's
painter's
like,
tape.
like
Speaking
your
of-
best friend.
Speaking of realtors, so I have a lot of real estate friends, obviously from being in real estate for a short amount of time, but also that come into the coffee shop. I won't say who, but they share some interesting photos that they find. And obviously viewers can
I saw
see
that.
this.
I saw this. I thought it was
But,
hilarious.
This,
Oh yeah, I seen that.
but this picture that we're looking at is of an air vent, and
Yep.
it doesn't lead to anything. It's
Ryan, send me that, and I'll
literally-
throw it in the video.
Yeah, and I'll send you a couple. There's one where, oh my gosh, I could find. They post so many.
Is that really stuff? Like, do people try to hide their
Yes,
flaws?
Like the things you run into in some houses, it's just ridiculous. You just look like, okay, what are these guys thinking?
Where's
right
this
here?
door go? Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah, like this one right here. Look at this. Talk about tiny living. There you go, Brian. You got a stove, a fridge, a sink,
That's your
all
kitchen.
in like a 2x2 area.
So
That's it.
this is a true story here. I was working for a company, we'll say home improvement company, right? So you
Yeah.
go, house to house. We gain those relationships, and I had an appointment with them. And I show up to their house, and the door had. It's good, guys. This is good. The door has, when you get a lock and it has like that circle and you put the lock in,
Yeah.
right? It had 4 of those. And it had about 8 different names wrote on the mailbox. So multiple people have lived here throughout the years.
Oh yeah.
So I go in. Now, these people were looking for an alarm for their house. We were offering like $99 down, right? They get the window protectors, the alarm, the glass break, you feel me,
Yeah.
right? Whole 9 yards, right? So I walk in. Now, mind you, their floor was dirt. Okay, it was a dirt floor in this house. Okay,
When was this?
this was Jackson Robert was born. So you're talking 2014?
And this was around this area?
No,
I was about to say like,
No.
dang.
45 minutes north.
So,
in Michigan. So dirt floor, okay, and I put my bag down and go, oh, just put it on the table. So I look over, I put my bag on the table, and I realize that there is a cat laying on the table. That's dead.
Oh.
So Justin goes, oh. So I go, I'm sorry, do you know that your cat's there? And she looks at me and she goes, yeah, it's too hot outside. He was stinking. I said, okay. So I walk 4 more steps into what is now the living room, because it's like a big box. And I realize that the walls don't have plaster on them. They're just like rods and studs. And they have one window that I am a 240-pound dude. Then I was probably 250. I couldn't get my leg through the window, okay?
tiny window.
Tiny window.
Yeah.
One window in the entire place. They have a room that is off to the side with a curtain that I can see her fiance, as I found out later on in the conversation, sitting in there watching cartoons. So as we go on about her need of feeling like she needs security in this place, my first thought was just get a lock on the door and then we'd be okay. But
Nobody's coming through a window.
no one's coming through the window. So anyway, long story short, her priority, she couldn't afford the $99 down because she had to make $6 and some change left on her engagement ring that she's been trying to pay off for the last 6 months. But she really wanted this alarm system. So my point to this is that you walk into these homes and you're just blown away of what you see and people's priority with that.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think what's unique too is like how people live compared to you.
Yeah.
Like if you walk into my house, it'd be totally different if I walked into your house or your
Yeah.
house. You know what I mean? And like seeing how these people live and everything, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
That is
Things you
wild.
see out there, man.
You ever do like an open house with the people still living in the home? Is that common or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few times actually. I mean, they just leave for the period of the open house, and then I just set up shop there and just invite everyone that comes through, walk them through, answer any questions, and just try to make it sellable.
I don't think I could do that. I couldn't have someone walking through my house. Because if I did, I would
Yeah.
put stuff in the medicine cabinet, so when they open the medicine cabinet, all the balls would fall out.
How bad do you want to sell?
Exactly. You just put up your valuables and
Yeah, you like hide stuff that.
Yeah,
it's
but
like a
I know how
picture.
nosy I am.
Oh,
Okay, like
Yeah.
I know how I am
Yeah.
because I'm going through all of that.
yeah. I mean, yeah, like he said, you kind of put away the stuff that you don't want people to see or touch or
Exactly.
anything like that. my experiences with open houses is I always have wondered how beneficial they are to have, because a lot of times you just get nosy neighbors. You just get neighbors that, if you're in a neighborhood, that want to come over and just be like, oh, I knew this house when it was, 10 years ago. What have they done to it? Yeah.
I want to see what it looks like.
For realtors, though.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how you get business. That's good for
yeah.
realtors. But in regards to actually selling your house, they might be the only ones that go through it. But it's a good way for a realtor to make connections.
Oh yeah, that's why every time I do an open house too, I market it beyond belief. That way it gets as much exposure. Even though if it's not my listing, I still market it like it was in a sense.
That's smart.
That way I get a lot of people to come through that are interested in buying, because if they take time out of their day to stop by, they're motivated.
So is it safe to say that open houses are more of a networking opportunity than a sale?
In a sense, I mean, it's pretty much like a little bit of both, because you do have the buyers that come through and they're like, I've been watching this house, looking at pictures, and I finally get to walk through, and I love it, I want to write an offer, and then you get the sale done, and then everyone's happy. Sellers are happy that you held the open house.
That's true.
I'm happy that I get to help someone get their dream home, and everyone's just winning.
Speaking of everyone winning, here are two marketing ideas. What if you're at a park and you do let me rephrase that. What if you're at the park with a table, right? You're dealing with parents. They may be top of mind, going, oh, let me see what he has to do. Or you do a fundraiser for every person or family, because otherwise you'll get, I have 2 dogs and 15 cats. For every family that comes, you donate $1 to some nonprofit.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I would be definitely down.
Just an idea. So listen, for our lovely guests, when they want to chat with you, Justin, what's the best way to reach out to you?
So the best way to reach out to me is either give me a call or text at 419-279-7768, or you can visit my Facebook business page at facebook.com/Justin Annis, ANNIS, Realtor. And yeah, you can check it out. I post content on there weekly and helpful tips for selling your home, buying a home, and just in general.
Helpful tips. Give us a quick helpful tip.
Quick helpful tip. Paint your house a neutral color on the interior, because buyers and people who are interested in looking in houses, they like a nice flow. So having a neutral color such as a light gray or a white, it'll be way more appealing for a lot of people.
I think it helps them too envision what they want to see here. That tree will look good there. But sometimes if you have a green wall, they can't always make that.
Listen, so Susan, physically, if we're out at the store and I say, hey, you know what, I love this couch, how would it look against the wall? She can't do it until it's actually there. She can't visualize.
Really?
Yeah, so it's very hard for us to be able to look at things in that aspect, which is then why I love how they have that room organizer platform that you could put
I think
stuff.
that's why IKEA does so well, is because they have a whole they have a whole room stage, so you can visually see this is what it's going to look like.
We want to be spoon-fed.
Speaking of IKEA, please come to Northwest Ohio. The closest
Canton,
one's
right? Canton, Michigan?
Off Ford Road.
Yeah.
Speaking of real estate, I have a genius business idea. And I've talked to some people about
Can we hold off on that for business best bets?
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Again, Justin, we appreciate you hanging out with us today. We got a couple more segments. You're going to hang out with us the rest of the day?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Well, listen, for you ladies and gents that are looking to move or to sell, or you know someone that is looking to sell or purchase, reach out to my buddy here, Justin. Again, you can reach him on Facebook at Justin Annis Realtor. That's JUSTINANNIS Realtor. That's REALTOR. Or at 419-279-7768. That's 419-279-7768. Again, Justin with Remax Preferred Associates. Looking forward to chatting with you, and keep us updated with what's going on, okay, my friend?
Definitely will.
Beautiful. And we are out. Welcome back. Here we are again with Justin and Ryan. We all know we're just kind of chatting around. We just got off subject of good old real estate. So now let's slide into our talent piece over here. What kind of entertainment's happening, Ryan? Anything that you know? What's going around in the city over here?
I don't know. Has there anything in downtown Toledo that's been going on?
Oh,
They just had that correct me if I'm wrong, something in Mommy, autism.
Oh, they
something.
did like 2 weekends ago, and I wanted to go.
What was it?
Like a expo,
I thought they
fair,
just had some
carnival.
music. Yeah, some.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is
My
terrible.
friends ended up going to the picture, or I've seen pictures through my friends thing, but I didn't get to go.
That was really cool. That was in, I think, downtown Mommy.
Levis Commons just got done doing the. Oh my gosh! So this is we're off subject, and I should have said this during Hot Topics, but BG, and then we'll get back into talent because I think this is talent, so we're gonna make it work. Did you see that BG is having remote delivery? So they have a box.
I seen that.
What is that?
I've seen it in person.
Have you?
I mean, I'm in BG often visiting friends, and obviously I had to go find one.
Okay,
so.
what's it look like? What's it?
Well, have you watched the news at all? Have you seen pictures of
I
it?
did this
It
afternoon.
looks like a Mars rover, like a more
Yeah.
sophisticated, smaller version of the Mars rover. I think it's genius. Whoever started it, kudos to you. I wish I would have thought of the idea. But there's a ton of them all over campus. I mean, you can literally be driving down the road and see it. It has an orange flag, and you just see this white little thing just roaming around.
So what's this point of me walking beside it, picking it up, and just taking the food and going?
It's probably pretty heavy, and if you watch the news segment on it, it's similar to, like, I don't want to say it's similar to like Uber and all those, but there's something on your phone. I don't know if it's ran through an app because I've not used it, but it won't let just anyone come and open it.
Oh, okay.
You have to have like some sort of connection
Code or
or
something.
something to get in it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, which is nice. The only thing is I did see it obviously has a bunch of sensors on it to help it move. And people, if you like stand in front of it, it like stops.
Got it.
Or tries to, it's kind of, you know what it reminds me of?
The vacuum?
A Roomba. Yep, exactly. Where it hits a wall and it turns.
I just heard a horrible story about that.
I love Roomba, so I don't want to know it, I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe we will. But anyways, so I think that's like, I see some kids on stories messing with these robots, and which I think is unfortunate. It's for a cool reason, but obviously kids are going to be kids, so.
They are. Speaking of kids being kids, so anyone on TikTok here?
No.
Okay, me either. Next subject then.
Wait, what are you going to say about Roomba? Is it really bad? I love Roomba.
They had a situation where it ended up collecting a dirty diaper and then took that dirty diaper and
Smeared it. Oh,
smeared
so that's
it.
more of like a funny-ish.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not their doing
Yeah.
or their piece.
I
so.
think Roomba's awesome. I mean,
Is it 'cause you
I
don't
think
wanna
it's
do it?
awesome. I think they do a really good job, and it's convenient. You can have it vacuum and do something else at the same time. So you can do dishes. Basically, you can get things done quicker. That not the only thing, but the newer Roombas, how they have like the hub that they go
Yeah.
into. So we used to have like one of the first Roombas that came out, and you'd obviously have to go find it, pick it up, empty it out.
Yeah.
Now they actually like will go into their port, charge up, you just hit it, and it goes back out.
I
It's
just
really
saw
cool.
something on Facebook, right? Because if it's not on Facebook, it doesn't exist. That underneath the cabinet, you could sweep, and it was like a vacuum and sucked all the dirt, which I thought was pretty cool. It was starting to be coming built into homes,
Yeah.
Justin,
Yeah.
which I thought was kind of cool. You know, speaking of, well, we're on talent, otherwise we'll get off some subject. So you're in BG. What's going on in BG? Anything exciting happening? Any festivals going on?
I just visit friends down there that are in college still. I visit Gary, who is the owner of the Big B Coffee down there, who actually trained and mentored me when I was getting started. But other than that, I don't know of anything in the area that's going on.
Okay.
I'm sure coming up here in the spring, there's going to be a lot of stuff. Don't they do? They have all the fairs, or is that more towards the fall time?
No, it'll start popping here in March, April.
Black Swamp Festival, I think.
Yeah,
When
that's
is
a
that?
big
That's
one.
coming up. I want to say
those
maybe in
are
a
big
month or
ones.
so.
Those are big ones.
We got Mud Hens opening day. coming up
I
in 6
know,
weeks.
that's exciting. Super Tuesday just happened. That was pretty nuts, right? Let's talk about that. So I recently ran across a study, and this is so true with us in general. It came from Ohio State University. Now they found people who said they voted for Obama in 2012, and then they voted for Trump in 2016. When they were questioned, what changed your mind, you will be, maybe you won't be shocked on their reply. What do you guys think changed their mind?
I don't even know. To be
I have no idea.
The internet.
honest.
I'm not surprised.
Right? Yeah, that's what I said. Once I really thought about it. I mean, that's where I get my information, right?
I'm not surprised.
It was nuts to me. You know,
Because
I
I don't want to say the internet just became a thing when in
1996.
between those elections, but I feel like it's becoming more of where people get their information and they're surfing the
The
web all the time.
go-to.
Yeah,
They
so
rely on it.
exactly. Yeah.
we're down to two good old dim candidates, right? Did you hear that everyone else has pretty
Is it
much pulled
Biden
out?
and Warren?
No, Warden dropped out. It's
Oh.
Biden and Sanders.
Oh, see, I don't even.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Didn't even. I just saw my one.
She jumped out today.
I just saw my one friend just not what's it called? He just posted something like vote for Warren, so that's why I was like, I thought she was.
Nope, she's out. She's out of here. Let's talk about some business best bets. One of the things that got me thinking this week was, we just celebrated our year anniversary of being around, and it's
Round of
been
applause.
eventful.
Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, clap, clap. Thank you. Now, with saying that, someone recently told me, and I've been processing it the last week, and then kind of looked at my business to say, okay, have I been successful or not? If you are in the same business as you were day 1 year later, then you should quit your business. Meaning, if your business has not adapted, changed, So when we first started, it was just about consulting, right? Now here we sit, we have 4 avenues of our business. So we have our retainer program, right? Our staying connected program, Connecting Connections. We have our connecting communities, that's our podcast. We have our connecting causes, which is our fundraising. And then we have our consulting. It's a lot of C's, right? I don't know what I was thinking when I did all that. So those are our 4 elements. And then I think, okay, where else do I go? And I think I don't want to go anywhere else. It's getting very fulfilled in those 4 pieces. So Justin, what about you? So when you became a realtor, what was your goal? Like, did you want to sell $500,000 homes? Did you want to deal with property management? Has it changed?
Like my goal, like getting into it, like my overall goal.
Whatever you want to share with us, my friend.
My main goal, one of the reasons why I got into real estate is because I was always interested in investing in a real estate. So I figured what better starting point, plus I like to meet new people, so I thought what better starting point than to become a realtor and just grow a huge network along the way and build relationships. So my goal for this year is to help at least 20 families, because helping people has always been a passion of mine, and once I start getting like super successful, I want to give back. So those are like my main goals.
Good piece.
Did you did you set monthly goals for yourself when you started? Like, I want to sell 5 houses, or I want to help 5 buyers, or
Yes.
I want to do this amount in sales.
Yeah, so getting started, I really had like kind of marketing goals in a sense.
Okay.
Just trying to get my name out there and express like who I am, what I do, and my background. And then now that I'm almost at a year in, I'm starting to set goals like, all right, I want to help this man, I want to meet this many people, call this many people, and close this many deals. So now it's starting to get like a lot more structured when it comes to the business aspect, since at first it was just marketing and getting my name out there.
Right. That's nice.
Yeah, it's all about phases. What about you, Ryan? I mean, you're going on your 2nd year with Big B.
I'm to the point where I graduate college in May, so I'll have that
Round of applause.
finally.
Yeah.
I'll have that degree under my belt. And then we're coming up on 2 years here for the coffee shop. So
And a birthday.
and a birthday this month, yeah.
Nice.
That's a franchise birthday, so
Yes.
not an individual store birthday, but a franchise birthday. 25 on the 25th. Oh my God, it's a big one.
You've
But
already had your birthday.
yes, so in regards to purchasing birthday, that is August 1st.
Got it.
So still got a few months, but
Lots of birthdays.
I'm to the point where I just need to pick a path and go for it, type thing. So obviously got the coffee shop. So it's like, after college, do I open another coffee shop? Do I look
Do you stay
at,
local, or
Yeah.
are you sliding out?
Yeah, do I stay local? Do I look into other concepts that I've been interested in? Like we've
Breakfast.
talked about pizza, breakfast, we've dabbled in. Or do I look into the corporate life and maybe do this as secondary income? I don't know. The possibilities are endless.
What's your degree in,
But-
Ryan?
Business management with a minor in marketing. So I love the marketing aspect of the business. Like you said, so Susan, his wife, used to do all my Facebook marketing. She did a phenomenal job.
You're doing a nice job on your own,
But
my
yeah,
friend.
I love taking pictures and thinking of ideas, and my goal was I really wanted authentic pictures. So that's why I liked, a lot of Big B owners, they get their photos from online.
Yep.
Or it's the same picture used multiple times
Correct.
with different captions. I really wanted to take authentic pictures of the drinks we make in store, the staff, the customers.
Your wall looks good. You just changed it up.
Yeah. Wall meaning mugs?
Wall meaning mugs, yes, sir.
So I don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of just living in the moment right now. And
Good for you.
yeah.
Nice.
Kinda
Good for you.
Just chilling.
Okay, what about you, Justin? What do you what do you have going on?
Like in general?
In general, yeah.
I mean, just I ended up finishing. I got associates in marketing just last year.
Where'd you go?
Post University, so it's like a little community college out in Connecticut. There's like a
Listen,
background story for
don't
that.
just anything, especially
Oh,
when
yeah,
it comes
yeah.
to our accomplishments.
Own
Right?
Yeah, but I mean, not a lot of people know where it's at. And
Who
obviously
cares? You got the
Connecticut-
education.
No, with it being in like Connecticut, they're like, oh, why not like around Toledo? I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyways, so yeah, for me, it's just really just kind of grow my business right now. It's like the main thing I have going on, and just working on these relationships that I've formed over the last few months.
It's about to be busy season for
Do you
me.
have a goal to be a
Yeah.
broker yourself? Is that where your change would happen year 5, 6, 7, or longer?
Yeah, possibly, because to be a broker in Ohio, you have to have an associates at least. So it kind of worked out in a sense. So that's probably like a long-term goal, just because I don't know, I like recruiting people and building relationships, and that's like in a sense what a broker does. They don't necessarily work with clients; they just work on recruiting different agents. So
Got it. Well, awesome. Well, guys, again, I appreciate you stopping by
Of
and chatting with us, Ryan. As always, it's a pleasure. Anything I missed before we wrap this up?
Yeah, my genius business idea.
Oh, we never discussed it.
Yeah.
Let me hear it. Go.
So I've thought about this for such a long time, and I forget who I was with when we came up with this, but you know how people, before you purchase a car, you test drive it?
Yeah.
What about if you could live in a house for a night to experience, like, to see if you,
The creaking of the stairs,
Yeah.
what the roof sounds like when it's raining.
we purchase homes just on aesthetics or
Got it.
maybe the location, but it's like, what
Yeah.
if once you live in the house, you're like, it doesn't feel like home.
Like
So I'm saying-
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
What if I'd had an opportunity
So what
to
if
sleep
you-
in Beetlejuice's house
Yes.
before?
What if you could live in a house for a night and see how you liked it, and then decide to purchase it or not?
So
I
test
thought about
drive,
that.
yeah. I
Test
like
drive,
that.
test live. Yeah. So
Hashtag just test it.
also, as I was scrolling on my phone, a couple huge hot topics:
Okay.
the closing of Granite City,
Yeah.
and today all Art Van Furniture locations are liquidating their
I seen
locations.
that big sale Friday.
Yep.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did see
I
that
totally
Granite
forgot about 'em.
did the whole great job seeing you guys tomorrow. They come into work and then there's their note.
And I do have to say, so obviously that shocks a lot of people, but being in business, it's a lot harder. I get it. I get it both ways. You want to obviously inform the staff because these are jobs that are being lost, and it's them showing up the next day to a sign on the door. However, in business, it's also, if you start letting these people know a little bit too ahead of time, you're not going to have a staff at all because these people are going to start looking for jobs. prior to
Absolutely.
that. So
But
it's
listen,
it's kind of like a rock and a hard place.
There is no rock, there's no hard place. This is
Yeah.
what should happen. And it's very easy for me to say this because I'm not closing down. But Tuesday night, they need to be making phone calls and emails.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
So Wednesday morning, people are not getting up at 7 o'clock in the
Yes,
morning
yeah.
to go to a place that no longer
I
is
agree.
there. That's demotivating.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
disrespectful. I get the business side because I feel like you're right.
Yeah.
Because people would, it is. But send an email. You have their email
Oh, yeah.
address. Send out a blast at 10:30 at night. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or have a staff meeting. Have a mandatory meeting that
Don't even
night.
because you have to pay them. You know what I mean? You're obviously closing because you're going bankrupt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Send out an email the night
Yeah.
before. Don't make them get into their car and think that they're going to work and their day is complete.
Right.
Don't set them up that way.
Right, but from a public standpoint, I don't know if people think that businesses should announce that, hey, we're closing in a month or we're closing in a
No,
week.
I don't think they owe that to nobody.
Because a lot of people were shocked.
They
but
owe
it's
it to
like-
their employees.
Yes,
in
I
my
agree.
mind.
I agree.
But they don't owe it. No, they're the only ones that closed down here in Ohio, that location.
I think I
in
see
that
what you're
location.
saying, yeah.
Now there's this whole big bankruptcy thing, and there was like several
Famous
locations.
Dave's, I saw, bought the franchise.
Is that Wendy's?
No, Famous Dave's is the barbecue.
Got it.
barbecue, the really, really popular. So a lot of people are speculating maybe a Famous Dave's is going in there now.
Oh, I can't imagine.
But I'm not sure.
Rent is.
Yeah. Probably pretty.
Oh my gosh,
pretty high.
rent is crazy
And
over in Levis.
that's a pretty big building, but I don't
is.
know how big are Famous Dave's? Do we have one around here?
I don't think we do.
I can't think about. They're at the Rib-Off though. I'm
Then we have
pretty
to.
sure they go
Bet
to
you
the
it's on
Rib-Off.
Central.
Yeah.
Everything is on Central Avenue.
But our van, that shocked me too.
That did as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like the value city. Like, where's people going to go?
Are
and
people
get...
just shopping on Wayfair now? Is that where a lot of people are getting stuff? Or
Amazon?
IKEA, Amazon?
Yeah.
Because Ashley Furniture still
gone?
in business.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Amazon Rossford, 6 months that will be up and going.
Did you see what other big companies moving to Rossford?
No.
I think I want to say. Oh gosh, I just looked it up. Let me Google it really quick. Tire company.
I know that a lot of folks are trying to get real estate over by Amazon right now. But 6 months, they'll be up and going. Jobs are supposed to start happening in April. Job fairs and expos and hiring and phone calls. $15 an hour.
Capital Tire is moving their headquarters to Rossford.
Gotcha.
So that's another huge.
Ryan, could you get into there? Is that something that as a franchise you could say, hey guys, let me put a coffee shop into this place?
Brian, you're 20 steps ahead of me.
Okay.
We're trying. Yeah, I get a lot of customers that are like, I would love one here, I would love one there. But the process is more extensive than that.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's not just yours. I mean, you're dealing with a corporation that you have to go and ask permission versus forgiveness.
But would I love one there? Of course. I would love one over at Route 20. So maybe one
Where's
day.
the next hospital going in? What's ProMedica doing next? Get in quick. Or are they probably locked into like a Starbucks? Are they Starbucks friendly in ProMedica?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think in the
I
hospitals
think
where they have.
I think so. I'm assuming so. A lot of the
Yeah.
colleges are Starbucks. The one thing I do love about BGSU, if I'm not mistaken, is I don't believe they allow like them to have a non-compete, meaning like multiple concepts of the same can go in, because they have Starbucks, they have other coffee chains in the university itself. I know Toledo though, as a student, is all Starbucks. So.
Oh yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, donuts with bacon. Did you see that?
I saw the Crocs with chicken on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crocs with chicken on them. Yeah.
Nuts. Sounds good.
It does.
But nuts.
Dairy Queen is doing a buy one get one Blizzard for their 80th
Oh wow.
birthday or something like that. I saw. Where do we have a Dairy Queen?
You used to have one in Holland.
I know. I loved that one.
Yeah, I think that's
I don't even know.
I don't know if we have
Yeah,
one here.
Baskin Robbins is still. How is Baskin Robbins still going?
I used to get
Like
their
that
ice.
store is never. There's not ever more than 2 cars in the parking lot.
I used to get their
Oh,
ice cream
no.
cakes as a kid all the time. That's what I got for my birthday. Ice cream cake
Jackson
from Baskin
does
Robbins.
not like cake. He'll get a cookie cake for his birthday coming up.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
listen, we'll keep talking. Otherwise, we need to wrap this up. Again, Justin, thanks for stopping by.
Of course, thanks for
Ryan, I had a blast as always. Looking forward to hanging out next week. Ladies and gentlemen, again, you could watch us here at c2andmore.com/connecting communities. You get to see all of our shows. Episodes 2 is currently up. Episode 3 should be up next week, and then we are operating on 6 more episodes that will complete our spring season before we leap into our summer session, which will be a little bit more laid back and a little bit more spontaneous as we actually go out into the community, chatting with some folks and engaging with our brand. Another opportunity, you can visit us on Facebook. We are sitting at C2 Podcast. So facebook.com/C2 Podcast. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, have a phenomenal day. Be safe, take care, and look forward to hearing and seeing you next week. Bye.